Wednesday morning and I'm vlogging as always. I have done my hair differently today and I'm really enjoying it. I've had this for ages. It's the Shark, I was about to say it's the Shark Air Wrap. Obviously it's the Dyson Air Wrap. I can't remember what Shark called their version of this, but it's basically the same. My mum actually has the Dyson Air Wrap, so I've used both quite a lot. And if anything, I'd say that with the Shark, it gets slightly hotter. So that's a good thing if you feel like you've got quite like slippy hair, soft, slippy hair. Mine isn't. My hair holds with both. But yeah, if you've not got on with the Dyson Airwrap, I feel like actually this is good. But anyway, yeah, so I've done my hair with that. It will drop out a little bit more because I have just done it and haven't really brushed through it yet. I'm going to put on a little bit of makeup for the day. You have seen most of these bits before, so I won't run through all of my makeup. But there's two new things. I say new, I've used this for years, but I don't think I've ever mentioned it on YouTube or not when I've been vlogging recently. This is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. I use the shade 3.5N, which is a neutral undertone. This is my all-time favourite foundation. I've tried ones from Dior in the past, Charlotte Tilbury, just, yeah, loads of different foundations. And this is my favourite in terms of just texture, finish, coverage. It's, yeah, I just think it's the best and it's affordable. Well, more affordable than some of the other. And I wore this weekend on a hen do that I was on, and yeah, your skin, it still looks like skin, but just with a little bit more coverage. So really, really like using that. So I'm going to use that today. And then also this, which is new. This is from Pixi. This is actually a lip balm, which it just feels too big to be a lip product, but the colour is so nice. It's their Nectar's the lip colour, and it's their tinted lip balm, the Hydra Lip Treatment. So let me apply this now. And it's just a really easy, fuss-free lip product that is nourishing, but you do get a little bit of colour. Yeah, I just really like it, so thought that I would mention that. One quick thing, because I do often edit this out because it just looks weird, but look at the difference between curling your lashes and not curling them. I cannot skip this step now and just put mascara on. It makes the biggest difference. Mascara is still one from Vive. This is their modern mascara. I think they only have one. And yeah, just really like this. And I find with most mascaras, there'll be some transfer where it goes underneath. And I very rarely get that with this. Even if I wear it on my bottom lashes, which I don't do all the time, but I did this weekend actually for the first time in ages because I did more makeup with it being a hen do. And yeah, my mascara lasted all through the day and night. This will probably start to drop out a little bit more now. Just realised I need to pop some earrings in. I've got my, what's the name of the brand? D. Louise necklace on. Nobody's Child top, as always, Nobody's Child. And then I've actually got some khaki trousers on. You've probably seen these again as well. These are from Bowden originally, but I got them from Vinted. So yesterday...
Just get them out. Don't need to film this.
This is going... I bought these from the shop. We don't tend to have biscuits in just because you can just see the all way in. I wouldn't say that we're the best with moderation, but actually we have got a lot better, haven't we? Jay is saying no. I've got better. As I've said, a 2-a-day limit. So I'm going to have one this morning and then one this evening, but basically these are my favourite biscuits. I did go for the dark chocolate ones because I just thought they're a little bit healthier. But anyway, not all food has to be healthy. Sometimes you just got to enjoy. I haven't had any today.
No, but you've already had some from the pack.
Yeah, I have had some from the pack. We are about to go blackberry picking. We're going to do a little walk, go and pick some blackberries. There's so many spots near me at a local park. So we're going to go there, do that. And then I've got a few recipes saved. Last year, I did a couple of things. I made a blackberry crumble, which was amazing, which I'm probably going to make again. And then I froze them. I can't remember what the method's called. Basically, you lay them all out, freeze them, then put them in a bag. So you've basically just got a supply of frozen blackberries. And as we went into autumn and winter, I honestly think they lasted me till January. I would just put them on top of my porridge and it was really delicious. So I'm going to go and make a start on my blackberry stash for 2024. Okay, we're in the park and walking through the woods. It's such a cliche, but I love coming here. It makes me so happy. It helps my mind, because I feel like I was looking into the 7 types of rest, and sensory rest is something that I definitely need more. I'm looking at my screens a lot, like every single part of my job, apart from yoga, which I haven't been doing as much of recently, is screen based. So I feel like my eyes just need this, and it's also nice and cool. It's been quite muggy and humid. Oh, so it's just nice to be here basically. They're not quite ready yet, but I'm definitely going to pop back here in a couple of weeks and get these apples. There's so many, and I can't figure out if they are edible. They look a little bit like blueberries, but I am not going to chance it and just stick with what I know. But yeah, look at these apples. Okay, I found a spot, and this is what I'm talking about. They are the blackberries that I want. We're walking home. That ended up being a great success. I nearly filled the stasher bag, and then I filled the jar. Well, we filled the jar, Jay did a little bit for me as well. They're just everywhere, absolutely everywhere. I'm definitely going to come back to this spot now I know it, and it's actually really lovely and quiet as well. So yeah, I'm going to go home, get them all washed. I've got a little bit of work to do this afternoon, so I have to sit down on my laptop. But then I think I might try and make an apple and blackberry crumble. Obviously I've got the apples as well, so I'm going to check when I get home. They did come off the tree easily, which is a good sign. I'm just going to make sure they're all right before I dive into do a crumble, but I might just buy some apples anyway if they're not right and do an apple and blackberry crumble, because now I've mentioned it, it's all I want. It's all I want to eat with custard. Do you reckon custard? Oh yeah, I do love doing a rhubarb crumble as well. I think, I mean, I've never grown rhubarb before, but apparently it's quite easy, so that's probably going to be something that I do at the top of the garden. It's Friday, it's 4 in the afternoon, and I'm going to do something with these blackberries. I did freeze them when I got back, put these in the sun so they aren't so frozen. While I wait for those to defrost, I'm going to just get all of the other ingredients out. So we need plain flour, caster sugar, unsalted butter for the crumble topping, and then for the actual fruit compote, it's apples. I'm going to do apple and blackberry, just the best. Unsalted butter again, demerara sugar, your blackberries, of course, cinnamon, and then it says vanilla ice cream, but that is a no for me. Always custard in my book, always custard. These are the apples that I found, and actually, I think that they'll be okay. I'm gonna give them a good rinse, cut them up and see. I've just been working all morning, so I was like, there's no point picking up the camera and show you that. I'm gonna have to pause this vlog for a second because this needs to be room temperature and it isn't, and my blackberries need to defrost, so I'm gonna head into the garden, do a little bit of reading and deadhead some of my cosmos, and then get back to it. That is just one of the best feelings. I feel so lucky to have this. It's about half an hour later, the butter has softened and the blackberries are ready to go. So yeah, I'm gonna get everything set up and carry on doing this. I really need to find a tripod for the kitchen. Jay keeps going mad because I'm stacking glasses and candles and bits and bobs, which obviously isn't the best thing to do. So how many grams of butter do I need? In that time, I just went out into the garden and pruned my lavender. If you've got lavender, now is the time to cut it back to the point where it's a little bit woody, but don't go beyond that. And if there's any new regrowth, don't cut that off either. I have already made a start on this. I've just mixed some plain flour with a little bit of caster sugar and butter to make my crumble. I found another recipe that I like more, so I'm basically going to blend the two. I'm making it very complicated. I'm also going to add some flaxseed into the mixture as well, just so there's something nice in there, there's something wholesome, because it actually just seemed a little bit boring, the other recipe, to have a basic crumble. So I'm going to put in a little bit of cinnamon, and then this is just cold milled flaxseed. It's pure flaxseed, I think. Yeah, 100% organic flaxseed. Sprinkle a bit of that in. Probably a bit more, actually. What else can I put in it? Absolutely fine. Put those in there. Also, I have decided that I'm just going to do blackberries today, because yeah, the apples weren't right and I can't be bothered going to the shop. I've got this berry medley which has got strawberries, blackcurrants, blackberries and raspberries. So actually, yeah, I think that's going to be really nice. This has got to be the most chaotic, unorganised baking segment of any vlog you've watched, but the recipe's changed so many times. I've decided to switch to another recipe. I'm basically combining the two and making my own. So the base is the same in that I've got butter with flour and caster sugar, but then I've added some flaxseed in there and some cinnamon, and I'm also going to add some oats to make it just a little bit thicker. And I've also topped my blackberries that I picked yesterday, or yeah, the day before, with some other mixed fruit. And I thought, instead of doing apple and blackberry, I'm going to do a mixed fruit one, because the apples, they weren't quite right. I'm not even going to measure it out. I'm just going to wing it a bit. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of light soft brown sugar on top of the fruit. Just mix that in. I have no idea what I'm going to call this vlog. Probably something along the lines of baking chaos. But actually, to be fair, I think that this is going to be delish. Ooh, that's good. Oh, amazing. It's looking good. Ooh, I'm very washed out there. I don't really wear black anymore, but I wanted to make use of this jumpsuit. This is from Uniqlo. The little cardigan is actually from Monkey, and I got this about 6 years ago and I love it. It's Sunday morning, it's 9:20. I didn't film us eating the summer fruits crumble. After all of that, I forgot to basically do a taste test with you. It was really nice. I'm glad I added in the extra berries because there was quite a lot of topping. I am going to leave everything that I did in the description box, because I was editing this back and I was just like, that's even more chaotic than I thought it was as I was filming it. What happened is that I basically found a recipe, but as I was going through it, it just wasn't quite right, but I'd made a start. So I looked at a couple of other recipes and basically made up my own, but it ended up being great. So I'll leave all of that in the description box. Today is very much a at-home sorting and resting day. We've just got, I don't know if anyone else gets this, I'll get it around like late February, and I get it this time of year to do like the pre-seasonal change house clean. Obviously we clean the house in between, but I mean the big stuff, the stuff we've been avoiding. Doing the windowsills that have got a little bit dusty, doing like the micro cleaning jobs. So I think that we're both going to tackle a little bit of that, give her a good hoover. Another thing I'm going to dedicate some time to today is finalising the plans for this bedroom. So I think I've mentioned this before, it's just so green. And when we did this bedroom, it was 2 years ago now, I wanted to go for an olivey green. This is a north facing room, so it can feel quite cool anyway. I don't think that this colour is particularly bad. It's fire and ball green smoke. I've realised now we need to go for something a little bit lighter. And these things happen. It's just one of those things. So I've got some samples. Oh yeah, I have just remembered, I have spoken about the bedroom because I showed you some wallpaper samples a couple of weeks ago. That idea is being scrapped because the more I was on Pinterest and the more I was pinning lots of different bedrooms, I realised that actually pinks and this kind of like terracotta-y tone was coming up a lot more. So the plan has changed, but I'm quite firm in the fact that we're going to be having a pale pink on the walls, and then all of the woodwork is going to be in this colour. This is split pink by little green. It's not coming up on the camera. It's actually quite, that's a bit better actually, you can see it that side. It's quite a dark, warm toned pink, and then that's the colour that we're going to have on the walls. We're also going to put a panel board across the back where our bed is, because this is a Victorian house and a lot of Victorian houses naturally have panelling. So we're going to try and lean into that a little bit. We're going to do some cornicing, add in a ceiling rose and just bring back some of those elements. We've also, I mean, it's so not exciting at all, but this year was the year of less travel and having to spend on the house. So we are getting our roof done, which is just the most boring adult thing to have to pay for. But we do plan on staying here for quite a while. So we just thought, get the roof done. It's all done then. So we've had a quote for that, which is great. And to have our log burner finally installed. When we bought this house, that was the first thing that I saw, and I love going to shepherd's huts and just those cosy staycations where you can light a fire. When we got here, we had it all tested, and it turns out that if we'd have continued to use it, we could have potentially given ourselves carbon dioxide or monoxide poisoning, whatever one it is. So that was fantastic news when we just bought the house. But 2 years on, we're just like, okay, it's time to do that job that we've been putting off. So yeah, we're going to do it, which is exciting. And I mean, they're just little jobs, but the bedroom will actually be a tangible change, so I'll definitely document that. I'm going to wrap up this vlog because I could ramble about the house for another 5-10 minutes and I won't bore you with that. But definitely more house stuff coming, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe for weekly uploads. And yeah, I will see you in next Sunday's video.